Whatever you want, you can have it. You just need to build the right pictures in your mind. Hi guys, welcome. My name's Campbell. This is Spiral Up, and you can have anything you want in this world. You really can. Other people have done it, so why not you? So how do you do this? There's so many books on this stuff and self-help courses and all this other stuff, kind of stuff. And really, in my opinion, most of it it just wastes your time, really. Most of these courses and books are written to sell courses and books. And of course, it's so that they don't get done for copyright. They have to change the information that they've given you. So as we've gone along through time and the self-help industry has grown, we've kind of got further and further away from the truth, and they've made it a lot more complicated. But the truth is really quite simple. And as far as self-help and the self-help, community or niche, like I said before, I think a lot of it's really just fluff, and it just is there and it confuses people. It's just there to make money. I tend to, when I look into self-help, I go back to the people, back from the 50s, 40s, 30s, you know, people like Earl Nightingale, Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill, the older types who were actually, because these people were actually successful first, and then they talked about how they did it. Whereas today we just get all these young people, and the way they get successful is selling these, self-help books and courses. So with my study, into the older, the more original people that were teaching about success, what I found is it's a lot easier. It's not so convoluted. There's not so much crap in there. And it really is fairly simple. I mean, the bottom line to getting what you want and becoming successful, and successful just means living your best life. That's all it means. It's got nothing to do with an amount of money or cars or houses or any of that kind of stuff. It's got to do with you and your happiness, really. And so the main thing you need to do is build belief. Once you believe you can do something, you can do it. It's really that simple. So how do you get to that belief? That's the big question. And again, it's not that hard. The main thing that you need to do is, first of all, you need to know what you want. You need to write a list, write it all down. What do you want? And the best way to do this, goals, right? Writing down goals is to do short term, mid term, long term. So you do goals that you might want in the next 3 months, say. What do you want to achieve in the next 3 months? Where do you want to be living? What kind of car do you want to be driving? Do you want to be traveling? How much income do you want to be making? What do you want your relationships to look like? Things like this, and health as well. What do you want your health to be? Mid-range is normally 1 to 2 years. What do you want to achieve? Those same kind of categories in 1 to 2 years. And then long term would be 5 to 10 years. And if you want, you can also put lifetime goals as well. So the first thing is to write that down and work out what you want and when you want it by. And once you've done that, a good trick is to get some business cards, blank business cards. You can buy them online, they're not that expensive. And write your goals, your main goals for the next 3 months on there. You can even carry two, around, have your short term goals and your mid term goals, and carry them in your pocket. And every time you feel that card in your pocket, you take it out and read them. And after doing this for a few weeks or months, then every time you feel that card, you'll know what the goal is. So you'll start thinking about them. And the main idea behind this is to get them into your head. Get these thoughts familiar, because what we're doing is we're getting these thoughts from our conscious mind into our subconscious mind. And once they're in your subconscious mind, That's basically the mind that controls what you do automatically, and it controls your frequency. So once you decide what you want and you read these cards for a couple of months, you'll start becoming that person. You'll start acting like that person, which means you'll start seeing the opportunities around you that you can take advantage of. And after a while, you will start to form a belief, the belief that you can achieve these, and more than that, that you will achieve these goals. And that's another point with goals is when you write them, you have to write them as if you've already got what you want. You can't write down, I want a new car. It's got to be, I love driving my new, whatever it might be, right? My new Porsche 911 Carrera. It's so much fun with the wind in my hair. Things like that. So it's a little statement about what you want that also encompasses some feelings in it, right? Something that matters to you. These shouldn't be written, in some kind of formal way or a way that you think anyone else should write them, because they only apply to you. So write them down and pull out the card, right? And it's like, I love driving my new car and having the wind in my hair, or I love my new car. It's so reliable. It never breaks down. Things like this. I love my new house. I love looking at my bank account and it's always full. Things like this. And carry it around in your pocket until you have achieved that goal. And then you change it for the next set of goals. The next thing I would recommend is reading. You've got to become a student. And of course, there's lots of videos as well, especially on YouTube today. And there's lots of good ones, don't get me wrong. And there's lots by you know, the OGs, shall we say, the Earl Nightingales and Jim Rohns. There's heaps and heaps of really good stuff on YouTube, and you can listen to this while you drive your car around all the time, and repetition, repetition, repetition. Get it into your mind, because again, what you're doing is training your subconscious mind to believe that it's already happened. And with your goals as well, it's a really good idea to read them every morning and every night. Just go through them and try and feel feel them. Feel like you're living those dreams already. Um, you know, put details in them, like put in, you know, wind, what do you feel? How do you feel? Like if you're in a house, is it on the beach? Are you feeling the sea breeze on your face? Or maybe you're in the snow and you feel the cold, or you're watching people skiing outside your door, or you're on a lake and, again, you can hear people, skiing and having fun on the water. Things like this that really draw you into the picture, and then close your eyes for a few seconds, 10 seconds after each goal, and imagine them. Imagine you living that right now. And if you do this morning and night and have your goal card in your pocket, and you're reading that and you're also educating yourself, then very quickly you can really change your mind, your subconscious mind. Because again, it's the subconscious mind that is the default mind. It's the mind that takes over. When you're driving your car, you're driving along and then you're like, oh, I can't remember driving in the last 5 minutes. That was your subconscious mind driving, because you've put in the skill of driving. You've done it so many times on repetition that it's gone into your subconscious mind. So you can just do it without even thinking. That's where you want to be with your goals and dreams. You want it to be part of you. You want to integrate it. And basically, once your subconscious mind believes that, it will match the frequency of what you want and start to draw it towards you. And this works great for anything you want. Things like, if you're single and you want a new partner, you can literally draw them towards you. You don't need to go on Tinder or any of these other sites. You just need to go inside yourself, inside your mind, and start to reprogram, because this is really the biggest problem that we're facing. Is we've all been programmed. We all went through the school system where they, told us that if we didn't listen and parrot back what the teacher wanted us to, that we were stupid. Or, when we asked questions, that we should sit down and shut up. Or when we were expressing ourselves, people would laugh at us, whatever it might be. And it's no different when you're an adult. You go out and tell someone, oh, guess what? In 3 months, I'm going to have a brand new whatever. Most people will talk you out of it. Some will laugh at you, but most will say, oh, come on. And the thing, the response I hate the most, right? They're like, I'll be, just be realistic. Realistic. Well, look, you can be realistic if you want, but what that means is you're not going to get what is imagined. You're not going to go above the crowd. You're not going to be extraordinary. Realistic is just to realize what everyone else has already realized. All right. So don't be realistic. Be the anomaly. Be the person that goes out, believes in themselves, achieves what they want. And when you do that, you will show other people around you that it's possible, and you will inspire them to change their world as well. And like I said, this can all be done in, half an hour reading a day, 10 minutes night and day going over your goals, and just have your goal card and just keep remembering it and reading it every time that you feel it in your pocket. And that's it. You don't have to sit down for 8 hours. You don't have to make these massive lists. You don't have to, work on what do they call it? Shadow work and all this kind of stuff. To me, that's not needed. What is needed is for you to believe that you are worthy of having whatever you want, and you are. And the only obstacle again is your mind, and that mind has been programmed by other people, other people. And so don't take advice from people who have not achieved what you want to achieve, because they can't teach you, they cannot help you. Okay, you wouldn't go to a dentist and ask them a mechanical question about your car, would you? No, because they're the wrong person. They don't know. And it's the same with achieving success. If you meet someone who is achieving what they want and they're out there and they're living their best life and they're living the life of their dreams, we'll definitely spend time with them and talk to them. But, if they're just a normal person who hasn't done much, their opinion is only going to shoot you down, because they're a lower energy than you. Okay, they're a lower vibration. That's where they operate. So they can't even see above that. They can't see where you're going. To them, it's not attainable, right? Only realistic is attainable to these people. So you've got to understand that when you do this and when you start this, you're pretty much going to be on your own. But you will end up meeting like-minded people, people who think the same and will encourage and inspire you. It's just how it works. Because again, you'll start to draw these people and these experiences towards you as you start to reprogram your subconscious mind. So you can achieve your dreams. Whatever it is, do not limit yourself. That's another thing that people think, that they need to limit. They can only get so much in so much amount of time, which again isn't true. When people start to do this, and money is an obvious example, when people start to earn more money and get more wealthy, they do it quickly. They've normally spent a couple of years or many years beforehand getting to the point where they can do that. But when it starts to manifest, it happens quickly. So don't limit yourself when you're writing your goals. If you do want a new Porsche 911 Carrera, don't write, well, I can probably get a second-hand one, right? I'll get a second-hand one and start there. Go for what you want, because all you're going to do is, if you do that, if you limit yourself, you're just going to make it take longer to get where you're going to go. So why not start with exactly what you want, and just use your imagination, blow everything out of the water and just go for it. And when you do and you start thinking differently, you'll find it's not as hard as you think it is. These things will start to come to you. So I'll leave it here for this one, but I want to get back onto this topic. But they're really the first couple of steps that you need to take to achieve whatever you want, to achieve your goals, to achieve, and like I said, it can be anything, right? It could be a better relationship with your partner, with your families. It could be traveling the world. It could be owning a horse farm. It could be, whatever, starting a charity, collecting old vintage cars, whatever it might be. You need to go after what you want. And that's one last point I'll make is, we get bombarded so often, especially today, right? Everywhere on social media, news, movies, ads, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. They try and tell us their definition of success and try to get us to buy into it. And most of the time, it's you need, $100 million and mansions on the beach and a collection of 50 sports cars and, the beach body and the beautiful partners, all this kind of stuff. Look, maybe you want that. And if you do, go for it. But most people don't. So get all of that out the way and make sure that your goals you write down, your dreams, are actually what you want. Because if they're not, you're not going to be able to focus on them properly. Okay. You cannot go out there and achieve someone else's dream for them. You can only achieve your dream. So for this video, what is it that you want? Write it down. Write down your short-term goals for the next 3 months, your midterm for the next 1 to 2 years, long-term for the next 5 to 10 years. And if you want, but it's really a later stage, but if you want, you can write down what you want to achieve in your life. Then write it on a card. Okay, just your 5 goals for your short-term goals. Read it every morning and night and put it in your pocket. And every time you feel it, just pop it out, 10 seconds, read through them. And then become a student. Start reading. A really good book to start on is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And like I said, that there's lots of videos that you can listen to, audio tracks, etc., that you can get from YouTube and listen to in the car, and you will start to pick up all these little traits that successful people have, and that will help to propel you further and faster. And don't make your goals realistic, but make them real to you. Make sure that they're your goals, and don't limit yourself. Don't think, oh, that's too big, or that's unachievable, or whatever, or I just want money. Definitely never ever go down the I just want money path, because everyone says they want money, but money's not what you want. What you want is what you think money will get you. So write down what it will get you, what you really are interested, what inspires you, what's in your heart, right? Because we're all here for a reason, and we all have special talents, and that's what you need to understand and you need to use to live your best life. Because we're not here to be pushed around, to be put in financial stress, to follow other people. We're here to be ourselves and to live our own lives. So let's start doing that. So start with those few little tips, and I will be back on a future video with a bit more on this topic. So thanks for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.